You know, when you're running your own business, it often feels like you're just spinning plates, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely, constantly.
Trying to get leads, build a decent website, actually create content people want to see.
Handle customer service, make sales, and somehow, yeah, figure out how to actually grow the thing.
It's just, it's a lot for one person or even a small team.
It really is. And the perspective we're kind of digging into today, looking at what Easy Marketing 365 is talking about, is maybe that stretched thin feeling.
True.
Maybe it isn't just about, needing more grit.
Right. The idea being maybe it's not burnout in the classic sense, but more like under automation, a lack of the right systems.
Exactly. A lack of smart systems
Yeah.
doing some of that heavy lifting. And EasyMarketing365.com positions itself as, well, a possible answer there.
They talk about this AI-powered employee dream team. I saw that.
Yeah, that phrase.
Mm.
And automated website building, marketing infrastructure that's already kind of built out for you.
It's a pretty bold comparison they make, isn't it? Like cloning your best marketer, your top salesperson.
Your designer, social media manager, even a business coach, all in one.
For less than, what was it, weekly takeout?
That's the pitch. So our mission here really is to unpack that, to see how a platform like this actually aims to, reduce that feeling of overwhelm by automating things.
Okay, let's dive in then. So Easy Marketing 365, it's pitched as this all-in-one platform. What does that actually mean for someone listening trying to figure this out?
Well, fundamentally, I think it's about trying to simplify things instead of having, say, 5, 6, maybe more different tools.
Tools that don't talk to each other usually.
Exactly. That's a huge pain point. So the idea here is a unified system, and they highlight a few key parts. First off, a website and funnel builder.
The no-code part is big there, I imagine.
Huge, because that technical barrier stops a lot of people. So drag and drop, basically.
Okay, so getting online presence sorted without needing to be a tech whiz. What else is in this all-in-one package?
Then you've got these AI chatbot assistants. The idea is 24/7 customer support, handling basic queries.
Instant responses. That can save a ton of time.
Think about it, yeah. Plus, automated email and SMS campaigns for follow-up. You know how crucial consistent follow-up is.
Absolutely vital. And easy to let slip when you're busy.
So automation helps there, and there's a built-in CRM customer relationship management system.
Right, so keeping track of leads, customers, conversations, all in one spot.
That's the goal. Centralizing that data so you can see the whole picture, understand your sales pipeline better.
Okay, that covers a lot of the communication and structure side, but what about content? That's always a beast.
Yeah, it really is. So they mention access to this massive library, apparently over 85,000 white label content pieces.
85,000, wow.
Yeah, that you can supposedly adapt and use. Plus, over 2,000 pre-made social media templates.
Okay, so resources to help fill the content gap.
Seems like it. And they also fold in AI tools, specifically for things like lead qualification, figuring out who's actually serious.
Separating the tire kickers from the real prospects.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And booking appointments, even helping, they say, with closing sales.
Interesting. And it's not just the software, right? They mention support too.
Correct. Weekly live trainings, coaching on how to actually use the automation effectively, and access to, like, strategy experts.
So it's the tools plus the guidance,
Yeah.
and the whole mantra seems to be this drag, drop, convert, scale idea.
That sums up their blueprint, yeah. Straightforward progression.
Okay, makes sense. But who is this really built for? Who's the ideal user here?
Good question. They seem to target a few specific profiles pretty directly. You've got your solopreneurs just starting out, wearing all the hats.
Yeah, definitely feel that one.
Digital hustlers, maybe juggling a few projects. Coaches are mentioned people who'd rather spend time coaching than wrestling with tech.
Content creators too.
Yep, content creators looking to get more reach without burning out. And just small business owners generally who are maybe frustrated with manual work or finding agencies too expensive.
So it sounds like it's aimed broadly at anyone feeling bogged down by the day-to-day grind, really. Anyone who wants systems to scale things up.
That seems to be the core message. Automate the repetitive stuff, get scalable systems in place, and you don't necessarily need to be super tech savvy to do it.
And this idea of AI employees seems central to how they differentiate themselves, right?
Yes, exactly. That's a key concept they push. It's not just AI features sprinkled in. They frame it as specific AI assistants doing specific jobs.
Okay, I'm curious about this. Tell me more about these AI team members. Like, what jobs do they actually do?
Okay, so first up, the AI chatbot assistants. We touched on them, but think. Instant website responses, asking those first qualifying questions.
Answering FAQs automatically.
Right. Answering FAQs, even booking calls straight into your calendar.
Ah.
24/7.
That alone sounds pretty powerful.
Then you have the email and SMS follow-up agents. These are designed to nurture leads automatically over time.
So personalized-ish follow-ups without you manually writing every single one.
Exactly. And even re-engaging leads that went cold maybe months ago, trying to warm them back up.
Okay, handling that crucial follow-up piece. What other roles?
They talk about lead qualification bots, again, helping sort the wheat from the chaff, who's just browsing versus who's actually ready to talk business.
Save sales teams time.
Potentially, yeah. Then there's the social media AI manager. Think automated posting, but also engaging with comments, replying to messages, trying to keep that presence active.
Maintaining consistency across platforms, which is tough manually.
Very tough. They also mention analytics and optimization AI. The goal here is taking all the data the platform generates and presenting it in the way that's actually understandable.
So you can see what's working, what's not, without needing a data science degree.
That's the idea. Actionable insights. And then the one that always gets attention, the AI sales closer.
Right. The AI actually closing deals, how does that supposedly work?
Well, they describe it as delivering pitches, handling common objections based on learned data, and guiding prospects towards the sale.
Wow. That's definitely leaning into the future of business angle they mentioned.
Very much so. They position it as something you can access now, not in 5 years.
And part of the value proposition is what this whole system can potentially replace, right?
Absolutely. They frame it against the cost of, say, hiring a web designer.
Which isn't cheap.
Not at all. Or paying for a separate content scheduling tool, email marketing software, a CRM, a funnel builder. All those monthly subscriptions add up.
So consolidation is a big part of the appeal.
Yeah.
Cost savings and fewer logins.
Definitely. And they also stress that you get instant access to ready-made templates, offers, systems. So you're not starting from absolute zero.
Okay, and what about the actual cost? What are we looking at?
They have a couple of tiers. There's a core plan, which seems aimed at solo users, priced at $97 a month.
Okay, sort of entry level.
Yeah. And then a premium plan, more for businesses looking to scale, at $350 a month.
So different levels depending on your needs.
Yeah.
And they have a trial offer.
Correct. Currently, they're offering a 7-day free trial, or they mentioned a $1 test drive option too, to let people kick the tires.
Makes sense. Lets people see if it fits before committing. Now, with something promising this much automation, this much AI trust becomes a big factor, right? How do they address that?
That's crucial. They lean heavily on social proof, mentioning over 1 million users apparently and hundreds of 5-star reviews.
Okay, so building credibility through user numbers and feedback.
Yes. And they share success stories, examples of, quote, real entrepreneurs scaling to 6 figures using the platform, trying to make it tangible.
Showing results. And they also circle back to why they built it.
They do. They reiterate that it came out of tackling those common frustrations, burnout, feeling lost with technology, the endless content treadmill.
So positioning it as built by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs, understanding the pain points.
That's the narrative. And the outcomes they report for clients are things like, getting automated lead flow working.
Consistent leads coming in.
Websites that actually convert visitors. High-performing marketing offers, basically creating a business operating system that runs 24/7.
So not just a tool, but more like a growth partner.
That's how they frame it, yeah. A business growth partner.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, looking at what Easy Marketing 365 is all about. For someone listening, what's the main takeaway? What's the choice being presented?
Well, I think it boils down to a fundamental decision, really. Do you stick with the way things are, often juggling lots of manual tasks, trying to make different tools work together, maybe feeling spread thin?
The status quo, basically.
Yeah. Or do you explore this other path, embracing automation, leveraging AI to handle some of those tasks, aiming to free up time and scale more smoothly?
So continue paddling hard manually or look into getting an automated motor.
That's a decent analogy, yeah.
Okay, so if someone's listening and thinking, this automation thing sounds interesting, what's the next step Easy Marketing 365 suggests?
Their call to action is pretty clear. Go to the website, www.easymarketing365.com.
easymarketing365.com. Got it.
Check out the details there and sign up for that 7-day free trial to actually experience it firsthand.
Give it a spin, see if it clicks for their business.
Exactly.
It really does feel like the underlying message is about adapting to a more modern way of doing business, doesn't it? Using these newer tools.
It points towards that shift, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're positioning their platform as giving you the keys to the kingdom, as they put it, to make that shift happen.
The keys to the automation kingdom, maybe?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It definitely signals a move towards potentially more efficient, maybe more sustainable ways for entrepreneurs to operate.
Well, this has been a really insightful look into this approach. Lots to think about.
Indeed. There's a lot going on in that space.
Definitely. Okay, so just to wrap up, here's something for you, the listener, to maybe chew on.
Uh-huh.
Think about the single task in your business right now that eats up the most of your time, the most repetitive, maybe soul-crushing task you do manually.
We all have one of those,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe more than one.
Probably, but just pick one. And then imagine, what if the kind of AI automation we've been talking about could just take that off your plate? What would that free you up to do instead? Something to consider.